Lifestyle Charter for citizens. Hello and welcome to the World News, coming to you live from the studios of Rstv State Television here in Port Harcourt. I am Obuka Umeda. Do you love and care about Rstv State and her peace? Let's build and take her to greater heights. It is a task we must accomplish. You can watch Rstv News live on YouTube at Rstv Online and Facebook at Rstv22 Online. You can subscribe and click the notification bell for updates on our live feed. Now the news in details. Secretary to the Rstv State government, Dr. Tami Danagogo, says the Governor Simfubara-led administration is set to collaborate with and enhance the potentials of agencies operating within the state in order to deliver optimum services to the people. Dr. Danagogo, who emphasized that the state government has never hesitated to work in partnership with federal government agencies, said this during a courtesy visit by the new Controller of Immigration in Rstv State, CIS Mohammed Sadiq. The new Controller of Immigration, Rivers Marine Command, CIS Bashir Mohammed Lawal, and members of their team in his office on Tuesday. He stated that Governor Fubara is friendly and welcoming, assuring that where necessary to support the immigration service, the governor will certainly do so, noting that just recently he supported the immigration service with hosting of the Blue Economy Workshop to unravel new avenues to boost the economy of the state and bring to bear new practices in immigration and blue economy. The SSG further confirmed that Governor Fubara has also provided for the State Immigration Command a second passport issuing office, which is a bigger office with modern facilities to run simultaneously to boost the provision of quick passport issuance in real time. In his remark, the Controller of Immigration, Rstv State Command, CIS Mohammed Sadiq, said the visit was expedient to appreciate the Rstv State government's immense support to the Nigerian Immigration Service and to familiarize themselves with the Secretary to the state government. With a renewed vigor to combat the menace of illegal oil bunkering, vandalism of oil pipelines, and illegal dealings in petroleum products, the Marine Unit of the Rstv State Command of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, has foiled the operations of owners of local refineries in Kathon Channel 1, Degema local government area of Rstv State. Justice Ihungo has details.
Operatives of the Marine Unit destroyed materials used to siphon and refine the illegally bunkered oil, as well as over 4 different refining stations. The crude was siphoned from the Sahara oil wellheads with pipes to construct a local refinery. Addressing newsmen, the spokesman of the command, Superintendent Olufemi Ayodele, said the hunting was carried out in compliance with the NSCDC Commandant General's zero tolerance for all acts of economic sabotage. Hence, the step-up of intelligence and protection of all critical national assets and infrastructure, both on lands and the waterways, by the command.
The Commandant General of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Dr. Ahmed Abubakar Odi, has zero tolerance for every activity that has to do with economic sabotage. And that is why he has directed the State Commandant, NSCDC Rivers State Command, Commandant Basil Igwebweze, to give a direct and matching order to the Marine unit to ensure that they step up the operations so that we will be able to combat and put to stop the activities of illegal oil bunkers.
He hinted that the success of the operation was hinged on credible intelligence, noting that the suspects took to their heels on citing the Marine operatives. According to him, to ensure that the suspects do not reconstruct the local refinery, the NSCDC Marine personnel have been directed to intensify patrol in the area, while reaffirming the commitment of the command to salvage the state and country at large from economic saboteurs who are making the wealth and resources of the country. Superintendent Ayodele appealed to the public to continue to give NSCDC information that would lead to the arrest of criminally minded people and assured of their protection.
We are still on the search to know who are the miscreants, the unscrupulous elements that are doing this nefarious activity in this place. I must say that NSCDC stand against every activity that has to do with illegal oil bunkering activities. What we need is intelligence gathering and information from the people. We are all out to ensure that illegal oil bunkering activities is put to stop in Rivers State.
Justice Ihunwo, Rstv News.
The Rivers State Police Command has apprehended 3 officers involved in the unlawful abduction and extortion of 2 young men. They are ASP Dobara Adoibo, ASP Talent Mungo, and Inspector Ode Michael. A statement by the Police Public Relations Officer, SP Grace Iringekoko, said the victims were arrested in Abia State, taken to Delta, Bayelsa, and Rivers State, respectively, for alleged fraud by yet-to-be-seen complainants and were extorted of the sum of $3,000, equivalent to 4,200,000 naira. According to the statement, the actions of the men were in clear violation of the law and ethical standards expected of members of the Nigerian police force. 2 of the officers have been issued with official queries, and the inspector has been slated for an orderly room trial, while appropriate disciplinary measures are being taken to address the grave misconduct. The extorted money has since been recovered and released to the victims on 18 January 2024. Nigerian women have been advised to always maintain their integrity, love, and peaceful coexistence among themselves in the society. A statement signed by one of its members, Character Comrade Victor Amade, said, President General of the League of Character Clubs International of the University of Science and Philosophy, Swanona, Winnosboro, Virginia, USA, Dr. Christian Kokoriko, stated this while addressing women in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, as part of the club's program in the Niger Delta region. Dr. Kokoriko said the first civilian governor of Old River State, Melford Obene Okilo's Cup for wrestling will kick off in the month of March 2024 in Bayelsa State. Also, as part of the ongoing program tagged Nigeria Students for Good Character, meant for both public and private schools in Rivers State. He noted that mothers play major roles in home, school, church, and mosque. Therefore, should use the opportunity to ensure their children and ward's participation, and commended the Managing Director of Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC), Samuel Obuku, for promoting peaceful coexistence among the people of Niger Delta region, and also encourage women in skills acquisition. The Inspector General of Police, Olukayode Igbetokun, has ordered the posting of 54 Assistant Commissioners of Police to head the Force Intelligence Department at zonal and state command levels nationwide. This development is coming following the recent surge in kidnapping and banditry across the country, especially in Abuja and Kaduna State. The Force Public Relations Officer, ACP Olumiwa Adejobi, in a statement on Tuesday, said this was in furtherance of the upscaling of the Intelligence Department of the Nigeria Police Force. He noted that the posting was premised on the zeal of the IG to improve and enhance the effectiveness of the Intelligence Department at every level of the force as a panacea to addressing the crime rates in the country in line with his vision statement. Over 69 persons were said to have been killed and 152 abducted during 194 attacks carried out by bandits and other criminals in the FCT in 2022, according to data sourced from media reports and a leading indigenous intelligence outfit, Beacon Consulting, necessitating the move. Do you love and care about Rivers State and our peace? Let's build and take her to greater height. It is a task we must accomplish. You can watch Rstv News live on YouTube and Facebook at Rstv Online. You can subscribe and click the notification bell for updates on our live feeds. Still to come, Liberia swears in new president. Details shortly.
We have 4 regional chefs, 3 food experts. Let the contest begin.
Looks like she's got a secret ingredient. Looks like she's not the only one.
This is a tough one, people. It's a tie. All meals were extraordinary. So, no matter where you come from, you can make extraordinary meals every time with hunger.
Awesome wonder and mighty ruler, the king of all the earth.
I have said this, and I'm going to say it. My vision is not to buy private jets. My vision is not to drive the most expensive car. My vision is not to use the money of God to build expensive school that the members that contributed cannot attend. My vision is to use the resources of God, prepare people for heaven. My vision is to look for the lost, look for the assassins, use the resources of God and rehabilitate them and prepare them for heaven. My vision is to look for children that cannot go to school, children that are roaming on the street. Use the resources of God, take them to a school, so that they can go to school and become better people tomorrow. That is my vision.
OPS, Dr. Jesus in action. Dr. Jesus in action. God is here.
A lush woman goes for it and thinks later. A lush woman may fail again and again because nobody ever starts out a pro. A lush woman stands up to all stereotypes, and with every stand, she'll be doing it for her, and her. Lush hair. Be beautiful.
This is Rstv World News. We bring you world-class news, accurate, first-hand, entertaining, balanced analysis. Rstv, Channel 22 Port Harcourt.
You're still watching the World News coming to you live from the studios of Rivers State Television here in Port Harcourt. Moving on now, Nigeria's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Yusuf Tugar, Tuesday received the U.S. Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken, at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. Tugar received Blinken at the presidential wing of the airport after his plane touched down, with a brief airport reception, and the exchange of pleasantries was led by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume. Blinken is expected to hold bilateral talks with a focus on deepening democracy in the West African sub-region, strengthening of trade relations and security cooperations. The Secretary of State is in Nigeria as part of his tour to the West African sub-region. A statement on Tuesday by the Special Assistant on Media and Communication Strategy to Minister of Foreign Affairs, Al-Qasim Abdul Qadir, said the minister shall also use the opportunity to urge the US and the wider international community to give serious consideration to multilateral reforms, particularly that of democratizing the United Nations Security Council. He had stopped over at Cape Verde and Ivory Coast before arriving in Nigeria and is expected to leave for Angola from here. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, has received a blueprint for the National Value Charter, also known as the National Lifestyle Charter. Idris, while receiving the report, said the absence of values and of a consensus around national values has led to the elevation of immorality into a national lifestyle. He said what the government is doing now is building on what has come before, emphasizing that they are serious about learning from the shortcomings of the approaches of the past and ensuring that they do stand the test of time. Speaking, the Director General of the National Orientation Agency, NOAA, Malam Lanre Issa Onilu, said the National Values Charter will catalyze national unity and involve a people with a commonality of characteristics, aspirations, and a sense of nationalism and pride for the country. The federal government has disclosed its readiness to launch a national lifestyle charter that will clearly define the true identity and expectations of citizens of the country. The Director General of National Orientation Agency, NOAA, Lanre Issa Onilu, gave the revelation while speaking during his visit to Ekiti State Office of the agency and Ewi of Ado-Ekiti, Oba Rufus Adejugbe in Ado-Ekiti, the state capital. Onilu said that the National Life Charter was aimed at instituting a well-grounded social contract where the citizenry had certain expectations of the country, and the country would in turn spell out what it wanted from Nigerians. According to him, the charter is not just going to be a more document, but a well-institutionalized action framework for all Nigerians with emphasis on core values needed in building a patriotic ecosystem for sustainable growth and development. He said there are certain values that needed to be instilled among the citizens, including honesty, integrity, patriotism, obedience, unity, discipline, and tolerance towards building a sane country. The DG noted that Nigeria cannot achieve meaningful progress unless the citizens make these virtues part of their lifestyle and guiding principles, adding President Bola Tinubu was committed to changing the mindset of citizens towards the nation. Onilu, who lamented that Nigeria has lost its core values due to moral decadence, added that revitalizing the lost national values was germane because it was the missing link breeding moral decadence in the country. The Commandant, Nigeria Securities and Civil Defense Corps, Federal Capital Territory Command, Olushola Odumosho, has charged officers and men of the command to engage in active intelligence gathering to tackle the current security challenges in the territory. Odumosho gave the charge during a briefing with personnel at the command's headquarters in Abuja. The commandant, in a statement signed by the command spokesperson, Idoko Samuel, on Tuesday decried the influx of bandits, especially in communities located in the hinterlands and fringes of the FCT. He maintained that all hands must be on deck and called for heightened collaboration and cooperation of his personnel with the people for a seamless exchange of necessary information to bring the fight against insecurity to a logical conclusion and urged the personnel to identify the culprits and ensure they are brought to book. The commandant assured residents that the security challenges would be surmountable if everyone played their parts. The Ogun State House of Assembly has impeached the Speaker, Olakunle Olomo, at plenary today. Members of the Assembly, while addressing journalists on the reasons for the impeachment, alleged that Olomo was involved in embezzlement of funds. Speaking on behalf of the lawmakers, the member representing Obafemi Ode constituency, Shonoye Damilola Kayode, said that Olomo only came on board because the leadership of the party preferred him, having been once a speaker. According to him, members of the Ogun State Assembly never wanted him but have been managing him. Olomo is a third-term lawmaker representing Ifo State Constituency 2. A third-term lawmaker represents Odeda State Constituency. Oludaisi Elemide has been named the new speaker. Liberia's new president, Joseph Boakai, has been sworn into office Monday after his narrow win in the November 2023 election. Boakai, 79, who has become the country's oldest president, promised to unite and rescue Africa's oldest republic from its economic woes. Only united people can build a nation, and where do we plan to take Liberia in the next 6 years? We must refocus our political energy, Booker told citizens and foreign delegation members who attended his inauguration ceremony in Monrovia, Liberia's capital. He listed improving adherence to the rule of law, fighting corruption, and renewing the hope of citizens as his priorities. The ceremony, however, ended abruptly after Booker, who wore traditional Liberian attire for the occasion, began to show signs of physical distress while speaking and was led away from the podium after he unsuccessfully tried to continue his address. A spokesperson for Bokai's political party said the president's weakness was caused by heat and had nothing to do with his health. Bokai has dismissed concerns about his age, arguing that it came with a wealth of experience and achievements that would benefit the country. On entertainment news, popular actor Ken Eriks visits Mr. Ibu as he finally returns home after months in the hospital. Elizabeth Benjamin takes a look at this and other entertainment stories.
John Okafor, popularly known as Mr. Ibu, has finally left the hospital after he took ill and has had his legs amputated after being diagnosed with diseased blood vessels. His family had solicited funds from Nigerians to save his life as he had constant clotting of the blood in his leg as a measure of diseased blood vessels. One of Mr. Ibu's colleagues, Ken Eriks, a colleague of Mr. Ibu who visited the legendary actor, shared a video of him recuperating, hinting that he was now back from the hospital. Rema is one of the stars leading the exportation of Nigerian music through his songs, which has gained commercial success globally in another move to connect with international listeners. Rema is set to appear on the No King album of American pop star Jason Derulo. The Afrobeat star will join the superstars including Nicki Minaj, T.Y. Dolla $ign, French Montano, Quavo, Adam Levine, Edem Legend, and David Guetta, among other artists, and Jason Derulo's upcoming album. Teasers for the new seasons of 8 hit series Flossom, promising more in children drama ahead of the second season's debut next month. The teaser dives into the face of the female friendship group. The short clip unveiled Bisola Ayola, who plays Ifeyinwa, struggling in a new role as head of a company, and Ramat, played by Enidimma Okoji, getting self-divorce demands from her husband Udwak Baj Adebule, as well as Sharon Uja and Enado Odegezil to stand by their friends in hard times. Created and directed by Tola Odunsi, Flossom was the first release on November 10, 2022 and ran through till February 2nd, 2023. The second season will debut on February 12, 2024 on the new Showmax. Elizabeth Benjamin, Rstv Entertainment News.
Many thanks to Elizabeth Benjamin for doing what she knows best in the entertainment world. Do you love and care about Rivers State and her peace? Let's build and take her to greater height. It is a task we must accomplish. To end the news, a recap of some major stories. Secretary to the Rivers State government, Dr. Tammy Danagogo, says the Governor Sim Fubara-led administration is set to collaborate with and enhance the potentials of agencies operating within the state in order to deliver optimum services to the people. The Inspector General of Police, Olukayode Igbetokun, has ordered the posting of 54 Assistant Commissioners of Police to head the Force Intelligence Departments at zonal and state command levels nationwide. We also brought you a report that the federal government has disclosed its readiness to launch a national lifestyle charter that would clearly define the true identity and expectations of citizens of the country. That's the news. Many thanks for joining us. I'm Buka Umeda. Good night.